It's time to get into Marcus Allen. No, not that Marcus Allen, but he is the godson of Curtis Martin. Marcus Allen of Penn State, that's the safety we're going to look at next. Brennan Albert is here. I am Adrian Fedque. So let's get into Marcus.
Marcus Allen, one of the most decorated Penn State Nittany Lions, which of a program with the history of Penn State is a very impressive statement to make. So Marcus Allen, let's get into him, Adrian.
Yeah, and the thing that you're going to notice right away, more of an in-the-box kind of safety. Does really well in the run game. But as you're going to see, coverage skills lacking a little bit.
Yeah, I would certainly say that's a fair assessment here too.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to look at run support plays right off the bat. Really good angles he takes, nice close, nice instincts. So let's get into it.
Let's do it. So let's start from the high stuff that Marcus Allen does. He's certainly one of those guys who really excels down towards the box. He's a guy that you're going to love in early down support.
All right, so first play we're going to look at. What you seeing?
So the big thing that I get concerned about here is your ability to get around trash and be able to make tackles. You know, this is a tackle for 2 yards of a double pull situation. So when you think of a double pull, not only are there 2 offensive linemen here, there are 2 defensive players. So there's 4 players that he has to sort through the trash here. Does a nice job at avoiding the trash, making a nice roll tackle here. Certainly not an easy to play to make, and this is a good job here by Allen getting in there and making some tackles in the trash.
Yeah. And we're pretty much going to see it again on the next clip. So another good angle, another nice tackle.
Yeah, and this is really what we're going to see of him. You know, this is where Allen does a nice job at. Does a nice job here of getting across. And we talked about this with Rodney Harrison. Stay square, find your angle, shoot your gun, and then get downhill and make a tackle for 1 yard here. And this is a good team in Michigan, you know, a top 25 team. So this is not Fresno State. This is a very, very good football program that they're making plays against.
For people that don't understand, you know, firing your gun, you know, firing the trigger, so to speak, what do you mean when you say that?
So firing your gun is a trigger that we use especially for linebackers and defensive backs. Firing your gun means they're waiting until they see an open window. Typically, it's going to be when guards are expanding, tackles are expanding. They see their open gap, and as soon as they see it, that's when all of a sudden you see that quick gear switch, and all of a sudden they're going 100 miles an hour. This is the difference between a player being under control and a guy who's running 100 miles an hour and then sometimes misses the tackles because he doesn't break down.
So you'll see he's backpedaling a little bit, then he sees it, then he goes. And that's the trigger right there.
Absolutely.
And then, boom, laying the lumber.
Great job here. Only a gain of 1 yard. He's coming from depth here, so really, really impressive play.
So kind of like Ronnie Harrison, we just did a film study on him. When the play is in front of him and he gets to go downhill and you know, click the trigger, that's when he can be successful. It's plays that are behind him, which we'll see later, where he struggles at. But this is a 3rd and 4, tight end crossing route, and he makes a nice play.
It's a great job here. What you're going to see here is we're going to see tight end cross from the bottom of the screen. Allen's going to do a really nice job at getting over the top of this and then sprinting, getting to the hip, and does a really nice job coming downhill. Now, fortunately, a lot of pressure here, so this causes the ball to be a little bit late. But yeah. Allen, very good tackler in space, especially if it's within about 8 yards of the line of scrimmage. He's a surefire tackler here. He's going to be a defensive player that you're going to love on 1st and 2nd downs.
Yeah, that's a really nice play there. And then the next thing here, he's all over this screen pass.
Man, this is being shot out of a cannon. Great job here at reading the back. All of a sudden, he's going to expand past the tackle, so the tackle has no shot, come straight downhill, and then just get the safety for 2 points.
You might have to look at this in fast motion real quick.
Yeah, this is a great one. Watch him scrape down the line of scrimmage, get outside the tackle, fire your gun. Boom. Great job here. Awesome form tackle, too.
Wham. And I think we got one more good one.
No, we're going the other way now.
We don't got good ones anymore. Good ones are gone. This
All right, so let's pause
really
this pre-snap. Let's pause this pre-snap here, okay?
Yeah, it's already paused, so we'll
let's work on counting, boys and girls. Very simple for all of us here, okay? Let's see here. At the bottom of the screen, I see 1 receiver, okay? Offensive line, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up, receiver, that makes 7. Quarterback, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so from a defensive back, here's Marcus Allen up here as the free safety, okay? There is really only one real major vertical threat, and that's this receiver at the bottom of the screen. So use your best judgment here. Unless Michigan State has an invisible receiver out here that has the abilities of Superman and can some reason be invisible, and Marcus Allen needs to play the middle of the field for him, you can cheat this way. You have to understand, hey, I have a motion here. Okay, I know I have 2 guys in the backfield. Now the motion man's not really going to be a vertical threat. There's a quarterback, so there's 4 receivers. I already know there's always 5 offensive linemen, so now there's only 2 real vertical threats, a tight end and the receiver. Well, the tight end's going to stay in, so now there's only 1 vertical threat. So go ahead, Adrian, let's play this.
Yeah, and I wish we had the all-22 so we could see how late he is, truly. But as you're going to see, he's nowhere close to this go route.
What the shit are you looking at? There's only one offensive player who can hurt you, and you let one offensive player hurt you. Numbers tell us I have a corner, and you're supposed to be the safety. You're supposed to be 2-on-1 in this. There is no threat for Marcus Allen here. There's nothing that he should be worried about. When you're playing the single high safety role, you're supposed to be late to the party in the run game. You're not supposed to be firing your gun a million miles away from 14 yards of depth. The only thing that you're supposed to do is make sure the ball does not get beat over the top. I have no idea why he stays in the middle of the field for so long. I understand that he's supposed to make sure it's a pass and a run, but you can drop the angle towards the only receiver on the field. Yeah. It's an awful look here, just horrific look.
This is really, really bad. This is not good at all. Awful. So as you can see, he's got some learning to do when it comes to in his coverage as a single high and helping out. Come on, help out your cornerback.
Yeah. I mean, look, I understand, the receiver outside releases and all that, but you at least got to be somewhere in the right zip code. I mean, he's halfway to Pittsburgh in this type of area. He's nowhere near it. I have a major issue with that. Now, if I put my positive Paul hat on here, he's not going to be a free safety in the NFL. He's going to be a strong safety box guy. Yeah. So you're not going to see this in the league. But this is also what's not going to stop him from being a high draft pick versus some of the other safeties we've talked about so far.
I wish I had the all-22 for that, just so we could see how late he was. When did he actually start running? You know, because he's not even close. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and my thing is I would rather him, when he takes his pedal, at least angle towards the receiver side so that if it is a play action, because of your pedal, you've given yourselves a couple more yards of, angle support, really.
Yeah, he really could have cheated that way. You're right there. All right, so this is a play that's a touchdown. And the question I have for you, if he trusts his instincts a little bit more, could he have prevented the 6 points here?
I think he can, and we're going to see this, guys. So as I talked about with Allen, does a really nice job of tackling in space inside about 8 yards. When the ball has expanded now and his athleticism, kind of shows that he's not an elite-level athlete. Certainly he's better than you and I because he played in the Big Ten. But, I mean, what are you breaking down for?
Yes.
You're at the 1 yard line, right? Like, if there's ever a time it's okay to miss a tackle, it's when you're at the 1 yard line. This is when you just got to fire and pretty much hope you cause a fumble, or worst case scenario, you push him out of bounds. But when Adrian plays this in full speed here, guys, you're going to realize he starts to break down for no apparent reason. At the 1 yard line, this is the only time that it's really okay for you just to go a million miles an hour and hope you get lucky.
And you can see he kind of shuffles, stutters, and then goes. Like, just keep going.
Yeah. Now, here's one concern I have, because one of the things that we're going to talk about with Marcus Allen is he's that hybrid guy. He's what the NFL is moving to with those safeties and outside backers. He's 6'2", 215, so he certainly has the frame to add about 10 to 15 more pounds and be that, dime, tight end stopping kind of safety that comes in on those packages. The problem you get is on 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, these are run-pass plays. So as a defensive coordinator, you're like, okay, well, Marcus is certainly thick enough. He's certainly a good enough tackler that if it is a run play, I'm not concerned about it. But here's what does concern me, his awareness. Yeah. So when you watch football, The secret is follow the fat guys up front. That's the secret. When the offensive linemen move, they're moving for a reason. I've never met a 300-pound human who says, you know what I really like doing? Running. Doesn't happen, right? So when you watch this, guys, you're going to see a very obvious run play. So when you guys watch the pull, I have no idea why Marcus Allen is taking so long to get outside. He needs to get outside here quicker.
And he overruns it too.
Absolutely. Because he's late to the party. He's late to the party, so he doesn't have time to break down. If he does a better job at reading this and gets outside quicker, then he's in a better position. So this is a little bit of a concern if you're saying, oh, well, we can just move Marcus Allen to be our full-time will backer. He's not great at reading offensive linemen. Yes, it's absolutely something you can teach, but you know what? You're not drafting a guy in the first or second round if you have to teach him something. He's
got to get downhill right here and going outside the tackle there or whoever that was.
He's just too late to the party.
Yeah. And we're going to see another example of that on the very next play. Poor job reading a lineman.
Yep. 1st and 10, and then we're going to see here. Holy hell. If Washington held up a sign that said, we are running a wide receiver screen to the right, Marcus Allen still wouldn't have read it. Because when you go back and watch this play, you're going to see center, guard, tackle. You're going to have 900 pounds of human pulling to the right, and he still doesn't notice it.
Look how he's taking – how many steps is that? 1?
Coming inside.
2,
1.
3, 4, 5. And then he goes and he recognizes it.
Look, Adrian, you and me could be playing offensive line, and if you give a safety 9 yards head start, you and me will be on a good angle to block him because he completely takes himself out of this play by getting so much depth. Read the 900 pounds of human that are in front of you. It's so freaking obvious. And this is a big concern that you say, if you're going to be a will side backer, you better be able to read the offensive lineman in the NFL.
Well, to be fair, he's not in the top 5 rankings for a lot of publications. Yep. But as we saw, this is why.
Exactly right. He's a project guy. And you know what? He's still going to go in the NFL draft, okay? So he's still going to do better than you and me, Adrian, will ever being playing football. However, this is why he's not going to be a first, second round guy. When I look at Marcus Allen, the big things about him, he was a several-year starter. I think he was a 4-year starter, too, at Penn State, which is really impressive. Here's an issue. 1 interception, and it shows in his film.
Oh, yeah.
He's not a ball hawk, so you have to play him down the line of scrimmage. If you start to limit a guy like that, all of a sudden your limitations are going to show. I think he's a guy who's probably anywhere from the 7th through the 11th, a safety taken, ultimately 3rd to 5th round. I think 3rd round's probably being generous. I think a 4th round's probably a real good spot for him. But here's the awesome thing about him. He's going to come in and he'll be your captain on your coverage units. He'll be a captain on kickoff, captain on punt. Those are the things that he's going to excel at. But, you're not going to spend a 2nd or 3rd round pick, at least I'm not, on a guy who I'm confident can only be a special teams player early.
What are his measurables? Is he around 210, 220?
Oh, yeah, he's a thick body. 6'2", 215 is what he came into at the NFL Combine. 15 on the bench, which is a little bit light than you would like. 37 vert, 127 on the broad. So he certainly has a really good numbers there. 20-yard shuttle was okay, not great, not awful. 4.32. You'd like it to be closer to a 4.2 and below. So 4.32, 20-yard shuttle is pretty good. Didn't run the Combine's 40-yard dash.
All right, so you could see him as a nickel linebacker potentially.
Absolutely. I think about guys like Shaq Lawson, Shaq, who got drafted by the Panthers a couple years ago. Jack Thompson, that's it. Donta Buchanan. I mean, there's a lot of guys who are this hybrid-like role, but I just think his athleticism isn't merited to be a higher-level draft pick than the 3 tops.
Yeah. All right, that's Marcus Allen. That's also Brendan Albert. I'm Adrian Fecchio. We're out. Peace.
Appreciate it.